Hi, this is Android X1138 and welcome back for part 4 of the Unfair Advantage Dark Souls Quick Start Guide. So, as mentioned in the last video, I did a little bit of farming to go and be able to get the bottomless box, which I did. So I got the bottomless box, I used some humanity to revive myself into human form and to kindle a fire. And now I'm going to try and summon a couple of guys to come and help me. One of the things I've noticed, and I don't know if this is just a quirk of the PlayStation network, that the servers are misfunctioning a little bit, or if it's something that's due to the thief class, but the summoning normally is only supposed to allow you to summon people within plus or minus 10 or so levels of your current level. However, as you'll see in a couple of seconds, when I go back to the summon signs, I'm seeing people with various kinds of weapons and armor that you wouldn't be able to get normally until you've actually played pretty much through to the end of the game. And this is something that I've had show up a number of times on different playthroughs, and I'm actually going to use this to my advantage because, again, I want to be able to go and get things like Havel's ring, and having a couple of toughened guys. You see this guy, he's got the full giant armor on. There's no way he could be doing that, wearing that, or have that if he hadn't already played through all the way to at least through to Anolondo. So I'm going to try and summon a couple of guys, and regardless of the level of the guys you summon, same thing. I mean, it's going to make taking out Havel a lot easier with some high level guys, but you can do it with, just on your standard level as well. The key is going to be making sure that you keep away from him. He has a fairly slow attack, but it will one-shot you if he hits you. So you're going to make sure that you want to get around behind him and just keep hitting him with the backstabs. So I'm just going to wait around a little bit more, see if I can summon one more person, because it definitely makes life a lot easier taking this guy on with three of you. So I'm just going to delay a little while, and let's have a look here. Who have I got? Big Dookie 74. And I've got one is hand 10. Alrighty, so we're going to plow on ahead. And hopefully Big Dookie will be able to get summoned. Yeah, this guy's just way ahead of me. I'm barely keeping up with my little low-level stamina. Okay, so Big Dookie was summoned. Come back out here and let's say hello. One of the things I love about this game is the gestures. Everything from waving, jumping in the air, bowing to each other. Adds a lot of extra dimension to it. These guys try and run around to the back of this guy who just hit me with a firebomb. That was a bit useless, but you want to try and get around to these guys. Now, I typically kind of wait at the top of the stairs here and fish these guys out one by one, lowering them out. This guy is obviously kind of overpowered for this area, so he's just steaming in. And then down to the right here is a Black Knight. Now, sometimes this guy will drop a sword. If he drops his sword, then you're in luck, because there's a pretty powerful sword, and again, something you can use fairly early. But he just killed him with one swipe. Absolutely no way I'd be able to do that at this level. I got the blue Tearstone ring, which boosts your defense when you're getting down to low health. That's definitely a handy one to have. And we're going to run up here, and I'm going to come and try and get Havel's ring. So you need the master key to open this door, otherwise you can only get to it from the bottom, the basement of this tower. And as I mentioned earlier on, that's something you'd have to go all the way down to the bottom Darkroot Basin to get. So as you can see, I'm running down here. My stamina's already out. These guys are way ahead of me, so they're definitely a much higher level. But hey, I'm going to take advantage of that. Yep, it sounds like one of them is already dead. Yep, One-san is down. So Big Dookie has already managed to kill him. That was rather easy. So I didn't get a chance to show you a normal fight with Havel, but again, just keep your distance from him. Every time he strikes down, he's got this great big dragon tooth mace. When he hits down, that's your opportunity to scoot around the back of him, stab him in the back, and keep doing that. Just rinse and repeat. Run around the back, stab him, run around the back and stab him. And after about 4 or 5 backstabs, you should have him dead. If you're using something like the Astora's straight sword. So then come back up the stairs here. You're going to carry on back up the other stairs. And there is a lizard in one of the barrels up here. And nope, not this one. Up the next level. Yep, and it looks like Big Dookie's already got that one. And yep, thank you. Thank you, Master Dookie. So here you're going to want to run around and get up these this little set of steps here, this little ladder. And there's going to be a couple of archers at the top. You're going to want to take those out immediately. And not too bad. Just a couple of swipes and they're down. And then just drop off this ledge here. And you're going to run all the way up to the end. Well, not quite all the way up to the end, but start heading up towards the end of this path. And you're going to see this Taurus Demon drops down. As soon as you see him drop down, spin round and run immediately back to that tower and back up that ladder. And the strategy here is really climb up the ladder, position yourself at the top. And you just literally come around to the top here, get ready to drop down on him, and as you drop, you'll deal massive damage to him if you do a drop attack. Get round behind him if you can, and just start laying into him. And there you go, he's actually fairly easy. I forgot to actually go into the little resident earlier on up in Undeadburg where I took that fireball in the face. If you go into that through that little door in that little house, and go around the back of there's a chest with some yellow pine resin. The yellow pine resin allows you to add lightning effect to your weapon. It doesn't work on enchanted items or magic items, special weapons and so forth, anything that already has an effect on it, such as divine or fire or lightning or stuff like that. But if you're using a standard weapon, it comes in really handy because it will add a lot of damage.
An adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction.
So here, he's going to propose helping each other out in co-op, essentially. This is where you're going to get the white soapstone, and this will allow you to put down a summon sign, just like the ones you saw a little bit earlier on, and allow other players to summon you so that you can come and help them in their world. Getting summoned is a really great way of learning an environment, getting used to what's around before you try and take it on yourself. And that way you get a chance to help somebody else out, and as I said, learn a little bit more about the environment and ways to tackle the bosses of those environments.
In a strange land, the flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So, that little thing you just saw there, a little bit of light around my head, is actually means that somebody's just kindled a bonfire. So if somebody kindles a bonfire nearby, you get an extra Estus flask. And right there, I ran out. If you run out just to that little towards that first black portion of the bridge and run back immediately, that'll trigger the dragon. He's going to fly over. He flies over the bridge, blast some fire out. If you make the mistake of running straight out, you're going to get yourself toasted. So make sure you do that. You run back and hide like I did there, and that will keep you safe. And you come back down here, down these stairs, kick this ladder, and this takes you back down to the bonfire where we just summoned those guys. So you rest at that bonfire. And one other little thing I'm going to show you here quickly before I end this video is if you need to harvest some souls, you can climb back up this ladder, and you're going to run out onto the bridge. You're going to tease the dragon a little bit and get him to breathe fire again and toast these guys that are up on the bridge here. So there's a bunch of hollows. So there you go. That gives you 555 souls. You can rinse and repeat that a few times, and you can do a quick leveling up, get yourself up on an extra couple of levels, and then next time we're going to go and have a look at the Catacombs.